welcome back to Leeds Lately. Before we get into this one, if you could just check that link out in the description below, you'll find the classic football shirts, and you can use Leeds Lately 10 at checkout for 10% off on some classic Leeds United shirts. And make sure you hit that sub button too. Leeds have just lost 1-0 to Stoke, and I am fuming. Let's talk about the game as a whole first, because it was a bad game. It was a poor standard. Stoke, I think, let's give them their dues first. I think they were actually quite good. I think Kiana Hoover, the Dutch right back, he was at Wolves at one point. He was really, really good and actually made a game-saving challenge really late on to stop Crescencio Somerville scoring. They had a few other players that were okay-ish. Vidigal gave Gray another torrid time, really, at right back. Other than that, I don't think we were great. I think Gruev made his first start, and I don't think he particularly did well. I don't particularly think he did awful, but I think in general, everybody was distinctly average. Stoke did a very good job of coming out and pressing us and not letting us play out from the back, really, which kind of stifled us a little bit in terms of what we were able to do to build our attacks from the back. They weren't great though, Stoke. They were okay. They had a lot of players come back from injury, so they look a side that they don't deserve to be where they were in the table before this game, 20th, I think it was. But they certainly don't deserve to be challenging for any titles either. They're probably a very mid-table side. And we kind of played like we were a mid-table side as well in this game. And for a lot of the game, we didn't really create much, and they were creating a lot. We had a very slow start again, much like what we did against Norwich and what we did against Southampton. A slow start again, which is something that we can't continue to do because it allows teams to get their eye in, and basically, and a lot of the times they'll score. This time Stoke didn't score until quite late on in the game, but we gave them the chances to early on. If they were a better team in terms of finishing, then they'd have put us away earlier on. This result is not a result that a title winning or automatic promotion winning team gets. Now, that sounds dramatic because, yes, all teams have blips, and Burnley lost a lot of their first games. But I'm not talking about this game in terms of the fact that it's against Stoke. I'm talking about this game in terms of the way it actually played out. Okay, we weren't very good. That's on the whole team. That's the whole team's fault for not playing very well. Stoke were also average. It was a pretty even game. Leeds dominated the later stages of the game and had so many chances and weren't able to put them away. But the biggest chance of them all, obviously, and the elephant in the room, is the penalty. Now, for the penalty, Jorginho Rutter did really, really well. Took on two players, actually, and played a reverse pass diagonally back into the box for Bamford. Ben Pearson, the number 4, and I think the captain for Stoke City, slipped, fell over, took him out from behind, and it was a penalty to Leeds United. You saw Bamford on the footage. I could see him, like a lip read him, say, "I'm taking it, I'm having it." So I thought, and I said, you can go back in my live stream, I said, okay, you're confident, Bamford, let's see you put this away, go on, good on you. And he skied it. And it's like, he's done it before, and it's like, it's a penalty. You have to hit the target. If they dive the other way, you don't have to hit it that hard. You don't have to try and take the net off. I don't know what he was trying to achieve. I really don't. Why was he hitting it that hard? Why was he trying to hit it that high into the goal? Just put it in the bottom corner. It's unforgivable for me because it's not the first time he's done it, and it's not as if he put it on target and the goalkeeper just guessed the right way and made a good save. He skied it. He didn't even give himself a chance of scoring. He absolutely leathered it into the stand. And it's like, if you've got a game like this in the Championship where it's a very tight game, very scrappy game, there's not much in it, and you win a penalty, you have to score it. Do you really think a team like Leicester are missing a penalty like that? A team like Southampton are missing a penalty like that? And a team like Ipswich are missing a penalty like that? There's not a chance. There is not a chance that any of those teams miss that penalty because they know how important it is and they don't try and put a hole in the net. They just stroke it into the bottom corner nicely, or just curl it into the top corner, not leather it that hard. I don't know what he was doing. I don't know what he was trying to achieve, and he's cost us. And I'm not a Bamford hater because I've backed him so many times, and I think he actually offers us a lot. And later in the game, actually, he did that nice little flick into Somerville's path for Somerville to have a shot that was going to go in before it was blocked by Kiana Hoover, who, like I said before, I don't know if I said he was man of the match, but he would have been my man of the match as well because he was brilliant for them. He did that move for Leeds to nearly score again through Somerville, but it's like that doesn't mean anything now because you've missed the penalty. If you'd have just scored the penalty, then we wouldn't have had the issue. And obviously, once he missed the penalty, you kind of knew it was inevitable. They got a surge of belief and they went up the pitch and they had a corner that Wesley headed. It hit the bar. It came down, it hit Strauch on the combination of the side of his face and his shoulder and went into the net. So that's going to be a Strauch own goal. Nothing he could have done about that, but that's the kind of luck that we got in that game. Let's just say the referee wasn't very good either. He wasn't the reason that we lost the game, but again, the standard of refereeing is very, very bad. So many times our players were fouled and there was no cards or anything. I think particularly their number 6, Berger, the amount of times he would foul Jorginho and our other midfielders and not get a yellow card for it is unbelievable. But we have only ourselves to blame, and this takes me back round to what I was talking about where I said I'm not a Patrick Bamford hater. I was believing in him before that penalty. I said, okay, you're confident. Go on then. Smash it in. Good lad. But, and like I said, he did that thing afterwards that was good. I've defended him before, but that is unforgivable. It's awful. It's so bad. You cannot just miss a penalty like that in a situation like that. And then we concede and lose the game. It's not on. It's not acceptable. Don't get me wrong. I do not want anybody to give him any kind of abuse. And if you're watching this, I implore you, do not send him any abuse. Do not. I think the people who watch my videos anyway are pretty level-headed and wouldn't do that. But if you were even considering it, just don't do it. He didn't do it on purpose. But I am very frustrated at the footballer, not the person. I'm very frustrated at the footballer and what he did to cost us in that game. And it is him that cost us. I know I'm hesitant to put it on just him, but it kind of is because, yes, the whole team can play bad in any game, but you don't always get a penalty right in front of goal from however many yards it is away. 12 yards, and you have to score it. You really have to score it. You cannot miss that. So I'm fuming. I'm so angry. I'm so sad because if we'd have just put that penalty away, we could have held on then, and we would have started to settle into a bit of a low block. We would have seen the game out. Farke's good at time management, game management. And we would have won the game 1-0, and you just know it. Would have been 3 points on the board, 3 points closer to the top of the table, 3 points closer to promotion, and we've gone and lost and not got any points at all in the end. On to the weekend against Huddersfield. Let's get a win. Let's just get a win. I'll be live for that one, so make sure you join me. And there'll be a match reaction as well, but oh my God, I'm fuming. I had to make a video on this one. I was thinking if it was going to be 0-0 and boring, I wasn't going to make a video, but I had to talk about that penalty incident. Why? I'm going to have to sleep on it, and you'll see me again at the weekend. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time on Leeds Lately.